Oh, come on, stupid question. Is he still at Arsenal? That's another stupid question. It's a tough one, man. That is a tough one.
Welcome back to Keep Loan Sale here on AFTV. I've got Don Robbie with me. Let's go through it. Aaron Ramsdale.
Keep. Outstanding this season. To me, after Edison and Alisson, next best goalkeeper in the league. Keep.
Matt Turner.
Keep. Good backup, you know what I mean? Deputised well in the Europa League. I think he might get more games this year. Yeah, keep.
All right, we're into the defence then. Kieran Tierney.
Keep. I don't want us to sell Kieran Tierney, you know what I mean? I think, all right, he doesn't do the inverted, you know, dropping into the midfield. Now, all of a sudden, you know what I mean, you don't have to defend no more, just invert. But I like defenders, and he's a great defender. And also, I like the way he gets out wide sometimes, put lovely crosses into the box. Underused this season. Unfortunately, it looks like he might go, but I keep him.
Been here 2 years with us after signing £50 million. Ben White.
Keep. Definitely, he was excellent at right back. Can play at centre back, obviously, it's his main position. And a very important player in the team. One of our best players last season, so keep.
One of the first major signings under Arteta, Gabriel.
Keep. Very underrated, I think. Even sometimes it annoys me when I hear a lot of our own fans getting on his case. You know, he's one of the best centre-backs, I think, in the league. And the stats back that up, by the way. Scores goals as well. Really good from set pieces. Keep.
William Saliba.
Well, we want to keep him. It's whether he wants to stay or not. Definitely keep. An outstanding player. We all saw what happened when he missed, you know, vital games at the end of the season. A brilliant player. Got to make sure he signs the team. Keep. Sign the team.
Joined us in January, Jakub Kiwior.
Keep. You know what I mean? Come in, looks decent when he came in. Obviously, I think he's one of them players that's been bought for the future. But I like what I see so far. Keep.
Rob Holding.
I think he's been a great servant to Arsenal, but I'd sell. I think, you know, unfortunately for him, the style of sort of, you know, defending, centre-back defending's kind of moved on. We're already talking about inverting, and no doubt next season we'll be trying to do that like a sort of John Stones thing with our centre-backs as well. Yeah. That doesn't really suit Rob Holding's game. He's more of an old-school centre-back, so yeah, I'd sell.
Takahiro Tomiyasu.
Keep. If he can keep fit. I mean, his injury record's starting to stack up pretty badly. But when he's fit, I really like him as a player. Can play multiple positions as well across the back. Yeah, keep.
Alexander Zinchenko.
Keep. You know what I mean? Like him as a player, love his spirit. Was one of the real pluses for Arsenal this season, so keep.
We're into midfield now, although I'd argue Zinchenko belongs there. Thomas Partey.
Keep. There's a lot of rumours that he's going to go, but I keep him, you know what I mean? Because I think he's a quality player. At the start, I'd say for 3/4 of the season, he was brilliant. So we may sell him. I think that's a wrong move. I'd keep him. Experience as well.
Bukayo Saka.
Come on, stupid question. Keep all day long.
Martin Odegaard.
That's another stupid question. Keep.
Emil Smith-Rowe.
Keep. And I'm glad that the talk coming out of Arsenal is that they're going to keep him. I personally think with Emil Smith-Rowe, the reason why we didn't see a lot of him last season is that he's not back to full fitness yet. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that they're giving him you know, if all the reports are true, they're giving him an extra chance for this season. And I think with us having Champions League football, he can be a very important player. He's a goal-scoring midfielder. Keep.
That's interesting now. Jorginho.
Keep. Thought he came in, did really well towards the end of the season. We've got Champions League football, like I said, a very experienced player that I think will help us a lot in the Champions League, and a player that you could say if you've used a DM or, you know, deep line player in the Champions League, you could play at the weekend or vice versa. I think with his vast experience, you've got to keep a player like that in.
Fabio Vieira.
Keep. We didn't see the best of him last season. You know, I was having this argument with Troops the other day on Instagram. He's saying to me, sell him. Look with Calvin Phillips.
Nah, look. Look at Fabio Vieira, blood. Fabio Vieira's a bum, bro.
Exactly. No, but what I'm
I
saying,
don't rate
so
Calvin Phillips. When he
not
went there,
not everybody makes perfect signings.
You know what? I rate Phillips. Yeah?
Not everybody makes
Phillips was
perfect
signed for English. Phillips was signed. Phillips was signed for English quota. Yeah, he weren't signed for the first team. Again. Yeah, we signed Fabio Vieira as a first team player, and you know what Fabio Vieira is? He's a first team bum. He's a first team bum, bro. Man, these men are putting out. Look at this. Look how embarrassing it is. These men put out "Happy Birthday, Fabio Vieira." Let's look at his best clips. The guy scored 1 goal. That's his best clip, bro. 1 goal. All they showed was him taking pictures in his photo. Him from his photo shoot. That's all they showed.
How many Calvin Phillips scored?
Calvin Phillips, bro. Did they spend 35 million
they
on
spent
Phillips?
more. I totally disagree. You've got to give a player a chance. You know what I mean? There's been a lot of players that in their first season it hasn't really worked out for them. I look at Grealish at City. You know, even Rodri at City in his first season didn't hit the heights. Big season for him. He's got to show more. But I keep him. I want to see what he can do.
Mohamed El Neni.
Sell. I think, again, been a good servant to the club. I know they gave him an extra contract. But I'd sell him now. I think, you know, we've got better cover sort of available. I question how much games he'd play in next season. So sell.
Granit Xhaka.
I would keep Granit Xhaka, even though we've been linked with, you know, so many different midfielders like Rice and that. But again, experienced player, just had an outstanding season for Arsenal. He's scoring goals, been doing everything you expect from a box-to-box midfielder. Now we're going to sell him. I think we should have kept him. But it looks like he's going to move on. But I would personally keep.
Gabriel Jesus.
Keep. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Gabriel Martinelli.
Absolutely keep. One of the best young players in Europe.
What about Eddie Nketiah?
Oh. It's a tough one, man.
Got Trossard who plays there.
I think I'll keep him because that is a tough one.
What would you get for him? Maybe 25 million?
Maybe sell, you know, because if you could sell and then bring in somebody, and it's really, maybe I'm being a bit too harsh because he had a good season. I thought he came in, stood in brilliantly for Gabriel Jesus. But I would like Arsenal to try and find an absolutely elite clinical striker that could get 25 goals plus. So just for that reason, sell.
Leandro Trossard.
Keep. Thought he came in and done excellently. Again, can play in various positions across the front. And I think he'll be an important player with Champions League football as well.
Reece Nelson.
Keep. I like, I think he's an impact player. I'm not sure if he's a starter. But I think off the bench, you know what I mean, he showed, you know, last season the impact he can make. So keep.
I know we're going to
get better as well.
We're talk about some of the players who have been away this season, starting with an Arsenal legend, Runar Alex Runnison.
Is he still at Arsenal?
Apparently so.
Sell. What's he still doing here?
Cedric.
Sell. I mean, we've moved on from these type of players now, in my book. So sell.
Nuno Tavares.
Ooh, interesting one, because he actually had a good loan period away, didn't he? At Marseille, but and I see him not as a left back. I see him as a winger, a left winger, and we've already got enough left wingers. So sell. I cash in on him because you know he had a good season, getting some good money for him. Use that to invest into some other players.
Pablo Mari.
Sell as well. You know what I mean? We've moved on again from Pablo Mari.
I actually think as well with his club doing quite well, that means
I think they have a deal, where he's got
to,
where now they've activated that where he's signed. Was it Spezia or wherever he was? Yeah,
so he's gone. Austin Trusty.
This is an interesting one. He had a really good season. I remember meeting some Birmingham City fans who were praising him. But maybe sell. I don't know. Or do we bring him back?
You can loan him again.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe. But do we bring him back and take on? You know, we need centre backs, and if he's, you know what, keep. I want to see more of him. I want to see what he'd be like in
Give
the
him
first team.
pre-season to show
Yeah,
something.
yeah, keep, and then if it didn't work out, then maybe loan him in January.
We think Ainsley Maitland-Niles is gone, contract situations.
Yeah,
but
and I'd sell anyway. You know, it's time to move on from Ainsley.
Albert Sambi Lokonga.
Sell. Hasn't hit it off at Arsenal. I've not really seen enough potential there that convinces me that he's an Arsenal player. He's a decent player, but I think I'd sell.
Nicolas Pepe.
Sell. You know what I mean? Try and get as much as we can get for him. It didn't work. He gave us some good moments sometimes, but time to move on from Nicolas Pepe. Sell before he walks away and just get some money for him and use it on other players.
Folarin Balogun.
This is a tough one. Really, really tough one. But I think I might... It's a difficult one because there's one part of me that says bring him back. Let's see what he can do at Arsenal because he's done so well over there in France. And then there's the other aspect that says to me, but then if you sell him, you can get a decent amount of money for him to go for that real elite striker. But I don't want to... I'll keep.
Marquinhos.
Loan. Still raw for me. So I'd loan him out again, but probably to a Premier League club this time.
Fair enough. That's the whole first team squad, including the players that have been out on loan. Let us know in the comment section below who you would keep, loan and sell. And don't forget to hit the like button. We'll see you soon.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.